In today's Sharp Saturday video, I thought we'd do something a little bit different. If you've been following the channel for any length of time, you've probably picked up on the fact that I'm a huge fan of Spyderco. I think they do a great job. So I thought in today's video, we would take a look at the very first product that Spyderco put on the market in 1978, and it's not even something sharp, but it's a way to make something sharp. I'm talking about the Spyderco Tri-Angle Sharpmaker in this handy little package right here. And we're going to see if we can take this Hubertus Springer, which is one of my favorite knives, and it's kind of got a little dull over the years, see if we can make her sharp again. That's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me for another Sharp Saturday video where it's Saturday and we usually take a look at something sharp. But as I said, today we're going to take a look at a way to make things sharp, and talking about the Spyderco Tri-Angle Sharpmaker. And again, this is the very first product that Spyderco came to the market with in 1978, and it's in this handy little compact package here. And we're going to put that thing to use on my Hubertus Springer, which is really one of my favorite knives of all times. I really like this knife, but it's been used over the years, you know, for minor tasks, and it doesn't have a redneck sharp edge on it. We're going to see if we can get this sucker redneck sharp with the Spyderco Sharpmaker. And you might say, why aren't you sharpening a Spyderco knife on it? Well, because all my Spyderco knives are already redneck sharp. So there you go. They came that way, and they tend to stay that way. Having said that, we're going to do that right after today's words of wisdom from the Bible. And today's wisdom is from Proverbs 27, verse 17 in the NLT. I try to keep them relevant. As iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend. And, of course, thank you to my friends at Excess Sights for making today's video possible. You've heard me say it before. I was literally a paying Excess Sights customer for years before they became a sponsor. They're the only sights that I've trusted my life to on any pistol I carry concealed for a number of years, which is why they're a sponsor, because they really do make stuff that I trust my life to. And not only do they make handgun sights, they make all kinds of rifle sights and pistol sights and optic plates and tools and a lot of really good stuff over there. Excess Sights are made in the USA. They're really made by people who shoot and know their craft, and they are the fastest sight in any light. Plus, if you go to their website and you find some really cool gear, and you see a place where you can enter this little code that might save you a couple bucks, if you enter SOP15, you'll be glad you did. So thanks again to Excess Sights for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get to the meat of the meal, so to speak here. Alrighty, so here's the Spyderco Sharpmaker Triangle in this nice little packet. Let's open it up. And as I said, this is the first product that Spyderco came out with in 1978, and actually it was the first product that made it really easy for consumers, anyway, a consumer grade product to sharpen serrated blades. So we'll show what it comes with. Here is what all it comes with. First, it comes, as you can see, with this ABS base that functions also as a storage case, and it's got these cool keyed holes, and I'll show you how they work in just a second. 2 sets of high alumina ceramic stones. These are USA made products that have the ability to cut any kind of known steel. They have a medium and a fine. They also have an ultra fine available and a coarser diamond coated steel available. It comes with an instructional DVD, a very comprehensive manual with instructional sharpening, everything from plain edge knives, serrated edge knives, flexible blades, hawkbill blades, electric knives, potato peelers, scissors, several types of snips, shears, and tools, and needles, and even nail clippers. Does that sound like a ShamWow commercial? The MSRP on this is $127, found it about 95 bucks on the street. However, as usual, if you go to Amazon, you're going to see a whole bunch of knockoffs for less money, and I would just encourage you to use your wisdom there, because those Chinese knockoffs, you just really don't know. So anyway, that being said, show you how this thing works. So it basically has these 2 different sharpening angle edges. It has a 30-degree setup and a 40-degree setup, which gives you 20 degrees on each side. So, and they go in these angles here, and you can turn them this way, so you can see you got the V here. So you're sharpening on the V. You can also turn them this way. Get it in there, yeah. So you can sharpen on the flat. You can even turn this way and you have a way to sharpen needles and things like that and fish hooks. But we're going to start per the instructions. It says to start with the on the angle that's going to cut the quickest, and then also we've got a so you're going to want to hold it here. So you have a little safety rod that goes in right here, and what that's going to do, that's going to prevent. Put them on both sides just to be safe. That's going to prevent this blade, if you miss, from coming down here and hitting your hand. Okay, so that's a nice little safety feature. And then basically, all you do is you start this thing, hold it vertically, and go down 20 strokes on each side, all the way down. And just so there's no funny business here, let me just show you right up front. We'll try the redneck sharp test first and see this thing. Okay, you can see it's absolutely not. Try the other side. It's not redneck sharp yet. Okay, so we're just going to start here and do exactly like it says. It says to go in the corner 20 strokes and try to hold the knife vertical, 20 strokes each side. Start to finish. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that was 20, and I'm going to probably speed this up in editing, but I want to be able to tell the total elapsed time. Now it says to turn them to the flats where you're sharpening on the flat side now, and just do the same thing on flats, 20 each side. Okay, that was 20 strokes on each side on the gray stone. Now, let me get my instructions out to make sure I've got the correct order. They're really, so, yep, on the flat side, and then we go to the fine stones, the white ones, 40-degree angle slots, and we start again on one of the corners and do 20 strokes each side on that, and then we'll go back and do the flats, and we'll see. And we'll see what we got. We may need to go back and do a little more. This is pretty hard to steel, and it's we don't know about the angle, so let's try again. 20 on each side. Now we turn it to the flats. Okay, so that was a total of 80 strokes on each side. The complete process. Let's see if she passes the redneck sharp test. Now, if we need to do a little more work on the angles. Okay, get the testing medium here. Let's have a look. Oh my gosh, would you look at that hair out there? Look at all that hair there. Put you down here. Let's try the other side just for fun. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Yeah. If at first you don't succeed, you're not Chuck Norris. All righty. Well, as usual, Spyderco does not disappoint. I think that was pretty quick. well, I put the elapsed time here. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't that long, and I wasn't in a hurry. I just took my time. 20 strokes each side, and this thing got from not redneck sharp to redneck sharp. And this again is a Hubertus Springer Soligen steel in Germany. I'm not sure what kind of steel that is. It says Geschmiedet Rostfrei Germany. I don't know, but this is again one of my favorite knives. I just like it. It's nice and old school, and thought this would be a good one to check this thing out, because I've been using it for opening boxes and stuff like that. I just keep it on my desk because I like doing that. But again, all my Spyderco knives don't need it, so that was pretty cool. That's the Spyderco Tri-Angle Sharpmaker, and a couple things I really like about this. First of all, it's brainless. You just hold your knife up and do it. Just keep it vertical and you're good to go. And it's got so many different options. I mean, this book, it tells you how to sharpen, just in detail. It gives you exact instructions for everything from like a plane to a wood gouge to a scissors to nail clippers to cuticle clippers. And I don't know if I told you, but all the stones are dishwasher safe, so you can throw them in the dishwasher if you want to, clean them off. They just absolutely work. I like that it's got these safety rails, just to keep you from slicing your fingers up, because I'm prone to do so. So anyway, if you are looking for a very compact, good way, simple way to keep your stuff sharp, can't go wrong with the Spyderco Tri-Angle Sharpmaker from my friends at Spyderco. And thanks again to the folks at Spyderco for sending me this so I can test it out and show it for you. And as always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.